two households, both alike in dignity. In fair for where we wear seas, from ancient hearts, great to me.
Yes, therefore, makes him a fourth of freedom.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's leaves have all too short a date. And sometimes too hot the eyes of the heaven shines, and often is a gold complexion deep. And every fair from fair sometimes declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrue.
This one's us. Wait, what's that?
No, it's the last.
Then when's this one? Okay, how about we start now from the back? How about we start now from the back and go
Okay, this is the back.
until we decide?
This is the drink and the poison drinking part. Poison drinking.
Okay, I just saw the. Where was the one that?
This
The dagger.
yeah.
Oh, fire.
Yeah, this goes together. This goes together.
Oh, right here. Romeo dead. It's a flight say dead. All this.
Act 2. Okay, so this is the West Side Story, and this is like Romeo and Juliet because this play was actually directly adapted from it, except in a more modern setting, where it's instead of two households against each other, it's two gangs. The Jets versus the Sharks instead of the Capulets versus the Montagues. Also, it's a musical, so it has lots of songs as well. And a lot of the song dialogues also show how there is love between the two opposing group members. And another thing that's very similar to Romeo and Juliet is that the groups are very loyal to each other and very against each other. Here it says, when you're a jet all the way. And there's more about like how the dialogue shows how they're very loyal to their group. This is a painting called Juliet of Friar Lawrence, and it's a direct adaptation from the play, and it says, come with me.
I know Centaurs are best, but gentle nurse, I pray thy leave to myself tonight, for I have need of many orisons, to move the heavens to smile upon my state, which, wilt thou knowest, is cross and full of sin.
What? Are you busy, Ho? Need you my help?
No, madame, we have all called such necessaries as are behoveful for our state tomorrow. So please, you, let me now be left alone, and let the nurse this night sit up with you, for I am sure you have your hands full all, in this so sudden business.
I believe that Friar Lawrence should be prosecuted for acts against the royal family and against Verona. First of all, he broke the marriage law. He is not a bishop, and he had no license to marry Romeo and Juliet. He did not wait 3 Sundays, and there was no parental consent. Not only that, but he gave potion to Juliet during their plot to conceal her death. He was the mastermind behind Juliet's fake death and has committed treason.
We believe that Friar Lawrence is not responsible for the death of Romeo and Juliet, nor should he take the blame for it. Friar Lawrence has always had good intentions, and only wanted the feud between the Capulets and the Montagues to end. No violence. He meant no harm for any of this, and Friar Lawrence is the only adult to come and help Juliet and Romeo through the situation. He helps Juliet and Romeo because they're in love and only wants the best for them.
In Salvador Dali's Image E, I believe that is a depiction of Act 1, Scene 5, the moment both Romeo and Juliet meet each other for the first time. The reason I believe this image depicts that scene is because in the background there is a very colorful, frivolous-looking party where there's multiple dimensions and many things going on. It's very complex. In the foreground, you see a silhouette of both Romeo and Juliet in a calm water scene, which is reflecting the party. I believe that the reflection versus the part where they meet in the party, but they meet separately from everyone else. They meet privately.
Now here comes Tybalt and Romeo, and they're going to start to fight. And Romeo takes his sword for some reason. Oh, he's starting to fight. Now, what do you think about this, Mana?
Yes, they look serious, but they're smiling, and yeah, Romeo seems to be
really interesting how he fights, because
we can see that Romeo wants to kill Tybalt desperately.
Yes.
A love-struck Romeo sing the streets a serenade, laying everybody low with a love song that he made. Find the streetlight, steps out of the shade, says something like, "You and me, babe, how about it?" Juliet says, "Hey, it's Romeo. You nearly gave me a heart attack." He's underneath the window, she's singing, "Hey, I'm my boyfriend's back. You shouldn't come around here singing up at people like that. Anyway, what you gonna do about it?" Juliet, the dice was loaded from the start, and I bet any you exploded into my heart, and I forget the movie song. When you're gonna realize it was just that the time was wrong, Juliet. Come up on different streets, they both were streets of shame, both dirty, both mean. Yes, and the dream was just the same. And I dreamed your dream for you, and now your dream is real. How can you look at me as if I was just another one of your deals? When you can fall for chains of silver, you can fall for chains of gold, you can fall for pretty strangers, and the promises they hold. You promised me everything, you promised me thick and thin, yeah. Now you just say, "Oh, Romeo, yeah. You know, I used to have a scene with him."